Hi guys, it's Grace with Grace Gets Gastric. Today is Tuesday, November 12th, 2019, and I'm here today for my 1 year, 44 week or 96 week post-op VSG update. So to start us off with stats again, my name is Grace. I'm 5'8", 28 years old, and on January 2nd, 2018, I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy or VSG weight loss surgery. My highest weight ever recorded was 354 pounds in May of 2017, and I was required by my insurance to do a 6-month medically supervised weight loss diet. And over the course of that 6 months, I lost 35 pounds. So my starting weight date of surgery was 319 pounds. Last week, I came to you with a weight of 197.4, and this morning I weighed in at 196.9. So that is a weekly loss of 0.5 pounds, a loss since surgery of 122.1 pounds, and a loss since my highest weight of 157.1 pounds. So a loss is a loss. I am happy with that, half a pound. Not a crazy amount, but I'm not looking for crazy losses at this point. My eating has been all right. It could be better. Could pretty much always be better, but it's still, fairly solid. The working out part has definitely been the easiest bit. I'm doing my strength training 4 times a week, my yoga classes on Sundays, and then I've been getting 10,000 steps every single day, so that's been going well. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of just living life at this point. It is definitely harder than I was thinking about this past week, actually, about how it felt when I was fresh out of surgery and trying to kind of remember that I don't even know if it was necessarily willpower, but there was just this drive, this determination that it wasn't even difficult to turn down snacks at the office, to pass up, a bite of a donut here or there. I've realized that it's unfortunate. A very big trigger for me is taking walks, which doesn't make any sense, but the problem is that everywhere where I would take a walk in the afternoon, which I do every single day, is near or within walking distance of a cafe that sells delicious baked goods. And it's very hard. It's like a thing I want to do is when I take a walk, I want to walk somewhere. This has always been a thing for me. I don't like taking walks without purpose. I don't just like aimlessly walking around. I've never enjoyed that. And so my brain wants to give me a purpose. And so I usually try to have little tasks for me to do. Okay, I'm going to walk. I need to go to the grocery store, or I need to go to the pharmacy or something like that. But when I don't have any of those things, my brain's like, well, I want to go to the bakery. And it's hard. It's a really hard association for me to break, which is sucky because I'm trying to walk. One, I just feel like I do feel mentally better and more centered when I do have a daily outside walk, and I'm trying to get some 10,000 steps a day, and it's just not possible for me to do that without going on a walk. And the spaces for me to walk inside are not large enough for me to be able to get to 10,000 steps. My apartment, I had to pace to get 1,500 steps the other day because I was short, and it took me forever because I'm literally walking around in a circle. Anyways. So yeah, that's frustrating, and it's just I remember a time fresh out of surgery where that was not even an issue, and it wasn't I don't want to say it was willpower because it didn't feel like it. It didn't feel the same as it does now, and I think just things are new, your stomach feels different, and you are you're committed in a different way, and it's so hard to imagine feeling differently when you're fresh out, but it definitely becomes more of a struggle. And also when you get down to this point, and I'm by no means crazy skinny, right? I'm a size, a big medium or a regular large, depending on where I'm at. But I'm kind of a size 10, 12, size medium large. I've got broad shoulders, I'm a substantial human, but I'm not super thin, but I'm not big or anything, I don't know why I'm giving all this context, because you just see this part of me and you don't necessarily know. But I totally forgot where I was going with this. Oh yeah, I'm saying like I'm not even in a normal BMI for my height, but I'm really happy with my size, my weight at where I'm at right now. And when you are at a point where you're happy where you are, which has never happened to me in my entire life, it becomes more of a trade-off and be like, okay, well, what's a couple more pounds? I can see how people slide, right? You know? And that's why I've been trying to be mindful of the fact that I'm like a few pounds higher than I want to be right now, which is not a huge deal. But it can easily become a huge deal if I'm just like, okay, this is my new normal. And then in a few months, my new normal will be 5 pounds higher, you know? And it creeps because I can see how that happens. It would be so easy. So it's just weird. And I'm definitely in a space where, and I think I've talked about this before, I feel like I'm in kind of a stasis, a holding pattern, not a plateau in terms of like weight loss, because that again is not really my goal, but I just feel like until I get plastics, everything's on hold, you know? And I'm like, once I get plastics, then I can reevaluate. I can see, okay, what is my new weight without the skin, with potentially with implants in, you know, figure out my actual new weight that is not as masked by all this other stuff. Figure out my new muscle mass, because I'm probably going to lose some. I mean, my fat mass will go down because they're going to be removing fat and skin, but my muscle mass will probably go down as well because I'm not going to be able to work out for a while. And so just kind of like, it just feels like I can't really do anything until I get the plastics. And so that's just kind of frustrating. And I know it's just like a mental thing, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, plastics is coming up and it's kind of a weird thing. I feel like it both has and has not settled in that it's going to be happening in less than 3 months, 2.5-ish months. It's a big deal. You know, it's going to be the biggest surgery that I've ever done. It's a little terrifying. And it's weird. The closer we get, and I think partially like the more weight I lose, the more my body recomps, the closer I get to having my skin removed, just the more I really like hate my stomach. And I hate saying that is the other thing, because I don't know that I've ever really like hated anything about my body before. Not even when I was bigger, and maybe there was like some subconscious stuff going on, but like I had been obese my entire life. I mean, I had really just assumed that was who I was, and like that it was going to be like that way for the rest of my life. Like I couldn't envision not being that size. And so it was almost, I mean, like I obviously like really very much wished that I wasn't that size. I wanted to be thinner. But it just sort of seemed like, you know, a pipe dream, to the point of it didn't really register as a possibility. And so there was really no point in me hating myself or hating my body, because it was just what I had. And so it is weird to now be in a place where I am so much healthier, so much more capable of doing the things that I want to do, so much happier with my appearance. But now there are parts of myself that I hate. And you know, like, and I'm trying to work through that and get to a place of self-love and self-acceptance. And I totally like that concept, but it is hard to be saddled with the skin, and it's harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I would be able to deal with it more than I have. I mean, it's not like I'm not dealing with it. There's not really a choice. But it's just, it bothers me more than it used to. It bothers me more than it did, you know, a year ago. It's also worse than it was a year ago because I've lost more weight. And even though I have not really lost that much weight in terms of numbers from January, I think I'm actually only like 4 pounds maybe down from where I was January 1. My body has definitely recomped, and I definitely think my muscle mass has changed and all of that. So, the skin is definitely worse, and it's not even, it's just like, I think that's part of it, is part of my frustration is there's just like this big ball of skin and visceral fat on my stomach that it really just feels like there's nothing I'd be able to do. I mean, and to an extent, that's true. There's no way to get rid of it other than surgery. And part of me, I think it's that kind of feeling of like maybe I'm giving up or I'm not trying hard enough. Like I should be able to lose more weight before I have plastics, that I've seen other people have plastics and their skin was way looser than mine is, and that there's still too much fat here and I'm cheating. And, you know, like there's just like this weird feeling, but like, you know, I've been trying to get it to go away and it just won't. And I really do think that, yes, there's definitely fat there, but it kind of just feels like at this point, I need surgery. You know, I need plastics to get rid of it, which I know is true. It's just, yeah, you know, the mental stuff, dealing with the weight loss, dealing with the thought of plastics, is definitely like a whole thing that I'm dealing with right now. So yeah. I got my labs done last week and I was planning to talk about them today, but my doctor switched online medical chart providers and it's very confusing now. And so I need to log on and figure out how to actually get access to them, which I need because I need to send them off to my plastic surgeon so that they can do their evaluation and see if I am deficient in anything that is important, and then if I need to be taking any kind of additional supplements. So hopefully next week I will have an update for you on that. Otherwise, I think that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching and being here. Like I say every time, you guys are the best and I so appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I really do appreciate the comments. I've noticed that engagement seems to be very sporadic and erratic, and so I don't know if you guys are always there, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys again, and I will talk to you all very soon.